Welcome to one of nature's most magnificent wonders. But today, we're not just marveling at the breathtaking beauty of Niagara Falls. Oh no. Today, we're taking a step back in time. We're going to explore the oldest state park in the United States, a place where nature, history, and human ingenuity collide. This is the story of Niagara Falls State Park, a park that, while often overshadowed by its iconic waterfall, is as rich in history as it is in natural beauty. Hey everyone! Welcome to the channel. Today, we're standing in the heart of Niagara Falls State Park, and if you've never visited, or even if you have, there's so much more to this place than meets the eye. This isn't just any park. It's the oldest state park in America. Can you guess how old? Take a wild guess. 50 years? 100 years? Well, it's been here since 1885, making it 140 years old in 2025. That's right, this park has been around longer than some of the nation's oldest traditions. So, let's dive into the story of how it came to be, what makes it special, and why it continues to be a must-visit destination for millions of people each year. But first, let's set the stage with one of the most famous natural landmarks on the planet. Niagara Falls. It's a name that conjures images of vast, thundering waters plunging over cliffs, nature's raw power on display for the world to see. Stretching across the border between the United States and Canada, the falls have long captured the imagination of travelers, poets, and adventurers alike. But before this natural wonder became a global tourist destination, there were battles fought, not with weapons, but with ideas. Back in the early 1800s, Niagara Falls was already known as a majestic, awe-inspiring sight. However, there was a looming danger. Private landowners had begun to build around the falls, constructing hotels, mills, and other structures that threatened the park's natural beauty. At the time, there were no real protections for the area, and the falls could have easily become lost in a sea of development. But then came a visionary, a man who would forever change the fate of Niagara Falls, Frederick Law Olmsted. Olmsted wasn't just any landscape architect. He was the same genius behind Central Park in New York City, one of the first large-scale urban parks that revolutionized how we think about public green spaces. His vision was simple but profound. Parks were not just places for recreation. They were sanctuaries where people could reconnect with nature and find peace amidst the chaos of the modern world. It was Olmsted who, in 1883, recognized the unique opportunity at Niagara Falls. While others were thinking about exploiting the land for profit, Olmsted imagined a public space, a park that would preserve the natural landscape for generations to come. Now, let's rewind to 1885. After years of effort and negotiations, the New York State Legislature finally passed a bill that established Niagara Falls State Park. And you know what's incredible? Olmsted's design didn't just focus on the falls themselves. It also included scenic paths, overlooks, and pathways that connected visitors to every aspect of the park's natural beauty. His goal? To give everyone a front-row seat to nature's majesty, all while preserving the area's delicate ecosystem. Imagine what it must have been like back then. The park opened with a sense of hope and a promise that this stunning landscape would never be sold off or developed. It was now protected, free for the public to enjoy forever. Over the years, Olmsted's vision took shape in ways he couldn't have imagined. People began flocking to the park not just for the view of the falls, but for the opportunity to experience the serenity of nature in the middle of a bustling world. It was more than just a tourist attraction. It was a place where people could relax, reconnect, and marvel at the beauty of the natural world, a concept that has only grown in importance over the decades. As you can imagine, Niagara Falls State Park isn't just a place to stand and look at the falls. It's a destination in itself, offering a wide range of activities that let visitors engage with the natural environment in unique ways. One of the most iconic experiences is the Maid of the Mist boat tour. This boat has been taking visitors right up to the base of the falls since 1846. Imagine feeling the thunderous roar of the falls all around you as you get drenched in the mist. You're not just viewing Niagara Falls from a distance, you're becoming part of it, experiencing it in the most direct and immersive way possible. It's one of those once-in-a-lifetime experiences that will stay with you long after you've left. And if you're looking for something a bit quieter, there's no shortage of peaceful walks and scenic overlooks in the park. Whether it's the serene beauty of Goat Island or the lush greenery of Terrapin Point, these locations offer spectacular views of the falls and their surrounding landscapes. Olmsted's design included the creation of spaces where visitors could relax, reflect, and truly connect with nature, and that vision is still in place today. Have you ever noticed how different the falls can look depending on the time of day? Morning light creates soft reflections across the water, while the evening brings an entirely different energy, especially when the falls are illuminated at night. The color-changing lights add another layer of magic to an already breathtaking scene. It's an experience that shows you just how much a place can change depending on the atmosphere. But what truly makes this park stand out is its commitment to preserving not only the beauty of the falls, but also the surrounding ecosystem. Over the years, Niagara Falls State Park has undertaken numerous environmental conservation efforts to protect the land and water. These efforts have included measures to reduce pollution, protect local wildlife habitats, and restore natural landscapes that have been impacted by development. One of the most important aspects of the park's conservation initiatives has been the protection of the Niagara River itself. The river is not just home to the falls, it's a vital waterway that sustains various species of fish, birds, and plants. Thanks to careful management, the river is much cleaner than it was a century ago, and its health is crucial for both the park's future and the well-being of the surrounding communities. But environmental stewardship doesn't stop at the river. Throughout the park, you'll find educational signs and exhibits that explain the importance of preserving the natural world. These displays provide visitors with valuable insights into the history of the park's preservation efforts, as well as the ongoing work to ensure that future generations can experience the falls just as we do today. And it's not just about protecting the environment, it's about teaching others to do the same. Niagara Falls State Park is dedicated to fostering environmental awareness, and it offers a variety of programs and events that help people of all ages connect with nature and learn how they can contribute to sustainability efforts. For instance, you might find a local naturalist giving a walking tour of the park, explaining the unique plants and animals that call it home. And let's not forget about the Niagara Gorge, which offers even more adventures beyond the main falls. This dramatic gorge has been carved over thousands of years by the rushing waters of the Niagara River. Today, it's a popular spot for hiking, and there are several trails that give visitors incredible views of the river and the gorge's unique rock formations. Some trails even lead to hidden gems, like secluded lookouts and quiet spots where you can hear the distant roar of the falls but away from the crowds. The Gorge Discovery Center is a great place to start if you're interested in learning more about the geological history of the area. The center offers exhibits about the creation of the gorge and the role the river has played in shaping the landscape. It's fascinating to think about how much the natural forces of erosion have shaped this land, and how much we can learn from studying it. But it's not just the physical landscape that makes Niagara Falls State Park so special. The park has also become a hub for cultural and historical significance. For many people, Niagara Falls isn't just a place of natural beauty, it's a symbol of strength and resilience. Throughout history, the falls have witnessed countless important moments, from the early days of industrialization to the civil rights movement. The Niagara Falls Underground Railroad Heritage Center highlights the role the region played in the Underground Railroad and how people escaping slavery found refuge in Niagara Falls before crossing into Canada. The park has been a symbol of freedom for generations of people, and these stories are just as much a part of its history as the natural features it's known for. The cultural significance of the area is something that visitors today continue to discover and reflect upon, adding a deeper layer to their visit. Niagara Falls is also a reminder of how intertwined history, nature, and human ingenuity can be. The presence of the falls has shaped not just the landscape, but also the surrounding communities. The city of Niagara Falls, New York, and its Canadian counterpart, Niagara Falls, Ontario, were both built up around the falls, and they rely on tourism for much of their economic activity. The presence of the state park has helped the city thrive, creating jobs and fostering a sense of pride in the natural wonder that draws millions of visitors each year. The park itself serves as a balance, a place where nature, history, and community come together in harmony. But it also reminds us of our responsibility to protect and preserve these treasures for future generations. When you visit Niagara Falls State Park, you're not just a tourist, you're a part of its ongoing story. The legacy of Olmsted, the commitment to conservation, and the cultural history are all interwoven with the experiences of every person who steps foot here. One of the most powerful aspects of Niagara Falls State Park is the way it transcends time. Visitors come from all over the world, and no matter where they're from or what they believe, they stand before the same waterfall, witness the same power, and feel the same awe. The falls don't discriminate. They don't care about your background or your journey. They simply remind us all of the vastness of the natural world and our shared humanity. For me, it's that connection to something bigger than ourselves that makes Niagara Falls State Park so unforgettable. It's a place where you can leave the noise and chaos of everyday life behind and just be, whether that's by standing in awe before the falls, taking a quiet walk along the trails, or learning about the park's history and significance. And it's important to remember that, just like the falls themselves, the park is always changing. New programs, conservation efforts, and educational initiatives are constantly being added to ensure that the park stays as relevant and impactful as it has been for the past 140 years. Whether you're visiting for the first time or the 100th, there's always something new to discover, something new to learn, and a new way to appreciate the beauty that has drawn people here for generations. So, if you're thinking about visiting or already planning a trip, there's so much to look forward to. Take the time to explore, learn, and reflect on the many layers of history and natural beauty that make this park what it is today. It's more than just a destination. It's an experience that stays with you long after you've left. And who knows? Maybe when you visit, you'll feel that same sense of wonder that Frederick Law Olmsted must have felt when he first envisioned this park, this place where nature and history meet, and where we can all pause and be reminded of the beauty of the world around us. Discover the beauty, history, and magic of Niagara Falls State Park today. Explore, experience, and be inspired. Stay tuned for more stories, travel tips, and insights into the wonders of our world. Until next time, take care, and remember to appreciate the beauty of nature wherever you go.